All right. Interesting. The camera angle's a little off, but at least it rides that around, which it wasn't when I started this a while ago. Uh, interesting. Because where I had my camera, it was upside down. So in the settings that with the program I used to record, it's flipped. Well, evidently I'm too dumb to figure out how to switch it in the live software on YouTube's. So I had to move my camera, so I'll have to fix all that before next week. Oh, 11 o'clock at night. I'm sure most people are in bed. I am not, because I have to pick my son up from work at a whopping 1:30 in the morning. So, to make a wise use of my time, I thought I would give this a test and see how it works. So, here we are. Squeaky chair won't shut up. There you go. So, for anybody that's going to see this later, how you doing? Hope you're having a nice evening. It's been a nice evening here. Friday Night Tads was on. Watched all 10 hours of that. Shadiversity was the guest tonight. It was fantastic. I like that dude. He knows his stuff. I think I'll buy his book next month when I get paid. So, if you like coffee, I like coffee. There'll be links in the description of the 2 best coffee places or companies that I think are the best on the planet. Excuse me. Feel free to check them out. Links will be in the description. Also, Eric Arbor's Fitness, because it's good to learn about food and health in a fun and adult. Eric has a mouth like a sailor, but he knows his stuff. So there you go. Conqueror virtual challenges. Link also in the description. I'm doing that. I'm doing the Lord of the Rings movie trilogy virtual challenges right now. It's pretty entertaining. So, and a new one. If you like patriotic gear, apparel, shirts, hats, or not safe for work shirts that are pro-veteran and extremely patriotic, go to shieldrepublic.com and use the code SHIELD25 at checkout, and it'll save you 25% off your order. You're welcome. They have great stuff. I'm wearing a Shield Republic hat right now. They're a great company, great quality products too. So that's that. I'm excited about Sunday, going to see the Northman. My son and I are going. I couldn't go any sooner because of his work schedule. Hey, check out this mug. This was a present, but it's huge. You can't really tell, but it's huge. And there's a little spinner, bad symbol. I'm using it for water at the moment because even I'm not crazy enough to be drinking coffee right at this moment. But I dig this mug. I think it's going to go up on that shelf right there after tonight. So anywho, have you been keeping up with the Johnny Depp Amber Turd trial? Anybody? Man, let me tell you something. I know they're both not necessarily good people for whatever reason. I don't know them. They're not my family. But Johnny Depp is coming across as the most sincere and honest person and just normal human being on the planet. The courtroom loves him. The jurors love him. Meanwhile, Amber Turd is over there going like, and she's just, in my opinion, she's evil. she might be crazy. Who knows? But I find it entertaining to watch the trial. From what I've watched several hours of it. And then to see what the media is reporting as to what happened. And funny enough, it does not match. Isn't that strange? I can't believe that. What? The media telling lies? No way. I think it's sad that Johnny Depp was kicked off the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He was fantastic as that character. And side note, regardless of what kind of person you think he is, on his own time, he would spend hours getting dressed up and put makeup put on and dressed like Captain Jack, and would spend days going to children's hospitals, talking to cancer patients and the children who don't have a good life and their life is not going to last long. So say what you will. On his own time doing this, I would say Team Johnny for that. That's just me. Of course, other than the media, I don't know anybody that's Team Amber pantsuit wearing turd. I don't know. Well, this is entertaining. I guess I should have had a better plan. This is kind of spur of the moment. Next week, I'm going to start. First off, Monday will be the Northman review. I see it Sunday. I'll have the review up on Monday. But Wednesday, we'll start my Mel Brooks reviews. Very funny. Sandra Jackson. I love triangles. No, I'm not a hipster. Stop that. So anyway, I'm going to start my Mel Brooks reviews next week. At least that's the plan. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you realize the plan doesn't always come to fruition the way I want it to. But we shall see. But I am looking forward. I've got Mel Brooks box set, 9 movies. And I've always been a Mel Brooks fan to begin with. So I am looking forward. There's a couple of them I have not seen. Looking forward to that. So that'll be cool. I have such a big list. I need to rewatch The Batman because it'll be refreshing to get a second viewing in now that it's on HBO Max. I don't know if you heard, CNN Plus lasted a whole 3 weeks, and it's gone now. Amazingly enough, they had 100,000 subscribers from the time they started till they shut the doors. 100,000. What did they think was going to happen? Nobody watches CNN now anyway, unless you're stuck in an airport or an old folks' home, maybe a hotel, like front desk, that area, the breakfast nook. Why would you pay? Why would you pay to watch CNN? Why would you pay to watch Brian Stelter, whatever his name is? The potato. Why would you, or Chris Wallace? I'm sorry, Sandra, that you're so devastated that CNN Plus closed up shop. But on a brighter note, Spirit Halloween store will now have a really big store. Got an empty building they can rent out for Halloween this year. Many, many costumes. So, Sandra, do you think Disney in Florida is going to shut down and move to another state? That seems to be the consensus of Twitter. I mean, 77,000 employees a day work there. Sounds like the Dollar Tree. I'm sure they could just pick up and move next week. Talk about being butthurt because you're like, there's no even playing field. Disney in Florida had special, like they had no regulations. They could build a nuclear power plant there at the Disney park if they wanted with no permits. They could do whatever they wanted. They were their own government. And now that's been taken away and everybody's butthurt. Why are you being mean to Disney? How about Disney played on the same field every other corporation is playing on? They're the one that stuck their nose into the politics. And they got bit. Don't be mad now. Disney, you were the one that virtue signaling. No, they're not going to take over Mars. I don't think Mr. Musk would take the Disney employees to Mars. I think he might find that ruins the aesthetic of Mars. Give me another topic there, Sandra. I know you're watching. Oh no, Elon Musk can't buy Disney because he's in the middle of buying Twitter. If he bought Disney, I don't think even he has enough money to buy Disney. But at the moment, he could buy Disney pretty cheap. I think last month their shares were at $700 a share. Now it's 200 and something. Disney's slowly destroying themselves. The only thing they've got going for them is the parks and that Galactic Star Cruiser. Missed the mark. If I was going to go on vacation with my family, I'm not going to take my kids to a tiny room in the hotel. It looks like a spaceship, and it's $6,000 for 2 days. And you can't do what you want. It's all planned out. They tell you where to go and what to do. Because you're on a spaceship. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, it could have been cool. But as soon as they told the press and all the wokeness in it, nah. Legoland. There you go. That's right. I want to go to Universal Studios as well. I hear it's quite fun. I'm quite frustrated as much as I love movies that I've never been to Universal Studios. And I'll happily be the Lego King. I know two little boys that would be extremely excited if we went to Legoland. or world or whatever it is. How do you feel about Universal Studios? Come on there, Sandra. You're slacking. I'm talking to you, lady. First off, I appreciate Sandra for taking the time to sit here and visit with me. Universal did not shut down. Hush your face. Don't even say that. That would make me extremely sad. I want to go to Universal Studios with Ryan Canale from RK Outpost. I bet that'd be a trip. I think this is pretty neat with just one person here. I don't know how they do it when they have hundreds of people in the chat just rolling right through. That would be quite the chore. How do you keep up with that? It's impossible. You hush your face. Goonies is a good movie. So Sandra has stood by for a long time that Goonies is only good because of the nostalgia factor. Now, I would bet Sandra is much younger than my old fat self. But I stand by the fact that Richard Donner did a great job with Goonies. I've got the poster right there to prove it. Late Richard Donner, he could make good movies. And The Goonies was a good movie, regardless of what Sandra thinks. And I won't fat you, lady. I don't hit ladies. You know what? I bet I can tell. I have ESP, and I bet Sandra's watching Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. I bet that's what she's watching. She probably thinks that's a great show. And I will say the first season of that show was quite delightful. I bet the second season is not. I bet they complicated it and turned it not well written. And no, pergolas are dumb, but Goonies are way above pergolas. Can somebody explain to me what a pergola is for? A pergola is a shade, like an awning that's made of slats that there's spaces between. So it can't protect you from the rain or the sun. Now, they kind of look interesting. But why would you pay the money to build a pergola? They're ridiculous. You're lying. Did they really go woke on Zoe's? You know, regardless of whether that's true or not, that sounds like a case of the Netflix. Netflix will put out the first season of a show, and one of two things happens. It's either a really good show or a really crappy show. But if it's a really good show, and Amazon does this as well, if it's a good show, then, and they get an audience for it, the second season is always trash. They will turn it woke and fill it with identity politics and whatnot, and destroy it in the second season. And then when it fails, ultimately, they blame the fans. Say it was misogyny, or it's because there was a girl in it, or whatever stupid nonsense. The fact of the matter is, if you just tell a good story, the fans would stay. When you corrupt it, fans are going to run. They're not going to waste their time on your shenanigans. Oh, I can't wait for Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power from Amazon to come out. It's going to fail so miserably. Oh, man. They've really gone woke on that. That's too bad. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. If you get a chance, watch the first season. It's great. And I know there's a movie as well. I believe there's either 2 or 3 seasons. First season's good. The rest of it's garbage. Don't waste your time. I have no idea about the movie, but I've just been informed that it's a travesty. However, yes, the soundtrack to Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist is what makes it good. The first season had a great story as well, but the music was what made it fun to watch. And just another example of a great first season, really unique story, really unique ideas and acting. And once it got a following, they crapped the bed. Oh, nice. 3 male computer coders get sent to another floor to make room for 3 female coders. Yeah, sounds about right. However, that makes perfect sense in a computer company, I would say. Silicon Valley's not exactly known for for being on the up and up as far as their policies. The lack of diversity in the company becomes an issue. The male coders didn't have any background to merit them being demoted. You think. Here's another thought process for these companies. If you have an employee that is the diversity and inclusion manager or whatever, fire them. That is a complete non-job job. If you have a degree or have that job, you, my friend, are crap. Well, hello, Lacey. It's this fat Ronin right here. Fat nerd. How are you? But last word on the last thing I was talking about. Diversity and inclusion managers. That's ridiculous. I wish I was winding down for the evening. I've got to go pick up Connor at 1:30. Sandra. The girl coders were not shown to have any reason to be promoted. Imagine that. Oh, that's very fun. But at least I'll have to pick him up tomorrow night, Lacey. Tomorrow night he works till 3:30. Nope. Lacey, what movie or TV show have you watched most recently? Anything? Oh, it's a prom party. Severance, yeah. I think I saw a preview for that. Yeah, I'm not interested. Have you seen The Northman yet? Or The Batman? Well, I've seen The Batman. It's on HBO Max if you have that. Oh, you have seen. Okay, my apologies. I opened my mouth too fast and too soon. Nice. What'd you think about The Batman? I hear nothing but good things about Yellowstone. I hear not so good things about the prequel series they just came out with in the Old West, which makes me sad because Sam Elliott's in it. But Yellowstone is definitely on my list. It's supposed to be great. Theoretically, the Batman wasn't bad. However, it was too long. I didn't need to see 9 hours of him walking in slow motion everywhere. And Catwoman was insufferable. She was horrible. But for that matter, the Riddler was horrible too. I didn't even stay for the end credits scene or the after credits scene. By the time the credits hit, I was just like, thank God, I'm out. I gotta go. Tired of sitting here. I was half dead and hollow eyed when that movie stopped. Yeah, there is. I have to say, yeah, there is. Now, I say after credit scene, but whatever the scene was with the Riddler and the Joker talking at Arkham. It's possible that not every theater showed that. I've heard mixed statements about it. I am the kind of movie reviewer that after 3 hours, I gotta get out of that stupid seat. The movie theater here has recliner seats, but they are anything but comfortable after 2.5 hours. That's true. It wasn't Marvel level, but when the Marvel movies started, they were good. They were unlike anything that anybody ever seen as far as superhero movies go. Excuse me. But since then, Marvel has tanked every single movie they've come out with since the end game and all that. There hasn't been a single good Marvel movie since. And the Marvel TV shows are utter garbage. But yeah, I mean, as far as waiting until the very end of credits for a scene, yeah. Now, because I didn't stay for it, I didn't know when it was, but I wouldn't even call the Batman Marvel, like peak Marvel good. I will say this. I found it quite funny that on Twitter, And some of the movie reviewers, like like movie reviewers, were upset because they said Gotham City was too depressing. Have they heard of Batman before? Gotham City's never supposed to have been a happy place. It's in disrepair. It's full of bad people. Right? And I could not, after watching the trailers and a couple of reviews of Black Widow, I couldn't watch it. The they ruined that character too. I will go that far. I will say that. Compared to the character she was in all the Avengers movies, they made that movie probably 5 years too late. And they told the wrong story for it. The story should have been about her and Hawkeye. Because that's the story the fans wanted to see. Which would have made sense considering that in the Avengers movies, she gave her life so Hawkeye wouldn't have to, because they had such a tight-knit relationship. History, babe, history. I would speak on that, but I don't know if she was or not. You want to know why they were so close without being together? Because he was married with kids, but they had worked together when they first met, was on a mission. They crossed paths, and I believe she saved his life, or he saved hers. But it was discussed several times. It was mentioned in the Avengers movies, which is why everybody thought when her movie came out, that's what it would be about. Instead, they made it about a villain called the Taskmaster, who in the comics is a man that can mirror your moves. After he's fought you once, he can make every move you make. And they changed it to a woman, which is fine if you don't give a crap about your original properties. But once again, it didn't make sense for the original story where Taskmaster meets Black Widow and whatnot. You know what the Avengers are, Sandra. Lacey, have you been watching any TV shows lately or no? Are you watching the old Walker or the new Walker? Sandra, they remade it with one of the guys, I think, from Supernatural. And it's the CW Walker now. I'm not going to judge you, Lacey. I like Chuck Norris, yo. I watched a couple of seasons of Supernatural, I think, off and on over the years. I couldn't get into it. I don't know why. Yeah, Jared Padalecki. So you like that new show, Walker? when Walker came on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm pretty sure that was reruns. But yeah, I get it. Yesterday, when my parents were here for coffee, my dad was in a hurry to leave at 10:50 because the Waltons came on at 11. And he wasn't joking. He was rushing my mom out the door, and she just had a full reconstruction and new knee put in. So she wasn't going quick enough. He was afraid they were going to miss the new episode of the Waltons. They had to know what John Boy was doing. Have either one of you ever seen Justified with Timothy Oliphant? There you go. Soap operas. Well, they're doing a new Justified show. Same guy, Timothy Oliphant, but he's got a wife and kid and retired and whatnot. They're gonna ruin that character. Elmore Leonard is rolling over in his grave right now. That's the author of the novels that Raylan was in. The character Justified is based on. And the old show was great. It was good. It stuck to the overall story. Like it had the charm of the books. That may be what happens, but I don't think so. I will just about bet you right now that it's Bad Dad instead. That'll be the family drama in the new show. Is he's not a good dad. I might actually watch it if it's that revenge because his family's murdered in the first episode. Well, don't be knocking Keanu Reeves. I can't remember if that's how the original show was for Walker or not. It's been so long since I watched that show. The one with Chuck Norris. I don't think so. But it could have been. And John Wick. John Wick is way above Justified. Keanu is not only a solid actor, he's a good person. I think him and Johnny Depp should have a party. Keanu is a legend. And yes, his wife is hanging. If his wife is hanging around and Justified, how will he end up having sex with the beautiful lady cop that inevitably shows up and falls in love with him? That's true. Yeah. But it won't matter if he's the bad dad. If they play it as he's a bad father and husband, then it won't matter if he's sleeping around with the rookie cop. I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for the revival of Columbo with the tranny person of color can't solve a case without the help of the rookie who's only been a cop for 2 days, who's inevitably female and smart as a whip. That's possible. I will say this: I was sad to see that his boss from the original Justified show is not in the new one. I'm blanking on the guy's name, but he's a conservative, and he's like out as a conservative, so he's not working in mainstream Hollywood anymore. You two need to just write the script out and send it to whoever's about to screw up Justified. I think FX, maybe. Now you sound like a Garth Brooks song, you two. Stop it. Well, come on, tell me the rest of the story. There you go. Yep. After his wife and kids get killed in the first episode, later on he'll find out that his wife was actually a lesbian and having an affair with a lady cop. Yeah, y'all took the Garth Brooks narrative too far. It's a great song. Wouldn't be a good Texas Ranger story, I don't think. There you go. Yep. She faked her death to get away from him and the kids. In the end, he'll be the bad guy and she'll be the hero. I bet anything they ruin his character in the new show before it's all said and done. Well, 45 minutes. This has been nice. It's been fun. Probably better to do these. I can't. Look, I already showed it's got a spinner here. But that means that there's this big hump in the cup. So half the cup is big hump blocking the ice. Don't hate, appreciate. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was right here. That is what she said. I bet if I did these during the day, somebody, like more people might show up. However, if I did this during the day, I would be happy to just have a conversation with you two wonderful people. Hey, Lacey, do you know who Mel Brooks is? I'm so confused about the horrible person comment. But Mel Brooks did Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, among many others. Next week, I'm going to start my reviews of the... Oh, I got you, sarcasm. It's 11:45 in the evening. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I don't know what sarcasm is anymore. Anyway, I'm going to start reviewing some of his movies next week. And if you've never seen Blazing Saddles, shame. Shame, shame. Watch it. You will thank me. I'm sure you've seen Spaceballs. I say that, and you probably haven't. Have you seen Spaceballs? There you go. All right. I was starting to doubt myself there for a second. Well, I guess I should ask, have you seen Blazing Saddles? I know one of you has. There's nothing wrong with Spaceballs. It's a great movie. My apologies. Sandra, you seem to be wanting to fight a lot tonight. A fun fact, my parents, they hadn't known each other very long, and they hadn't been together super long, and they went on a date to the movies, and that was the movie they saw, was Blazing Saddles. Now, I would not say it was a great date movie, and generally speaking, but it's a good movie. Definitely couldn't make it today. Not even close. Not even a little bit. I'm blind as a bat, and I can't tell what that emoji is. Is it a monkey? I'm almost afraid to ask. It is a monkey. Nice. Not as blind as I thought. Spaceballs is not overrated. Put your phone down and pay attention to Spaceballs all the way through. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in that movie. Some pretty brilliant jokes without saying a word. And yeah, some of the jokes don't land. Some of them I don't find that funny. But overall, it's a fun movie to watch, in my opinion. However, I do like the original Star Wars trilogy. So, you're a very judgmental person, Sandra. Well, ladies, it's been 50 minutes. 50, not 15. And I'm out of drink and I'm thirsty. So I think I'm going to call it the end. I appreciate you both showing up and hanging out with me and visiting with me. It was quite fun. I would do this again. I wouldn't do this all the time. It's not goodbye, Lacey. It's just see you later. I really have had fun. And for anybody that watches this later, well, it's the first time I've live streamed. So if it was bad, my apologies. Well, Lacey, I'm glad you saw me and jumped on before you shut down for the night. I do need a mini cooler with drinks and road beers. I need to watch The Crow. That would be a good review. Sad, but good. For real, I've had fun visiting with both of you. And if I can figure out how to schedule a live stream and make it all work again, maybe you'll join me for another conversation. Next time, I hope to have a plan. Instead of being like, this works. Oh, now I'm going to have to look into that. Why'd you tell me that? No, then the first Crow was amazing. All the sequels were horrible. Man, they just can't quit ruining stuff. They are definitely going to ruin it. It'll be some transgender woman and probably have rainbow paint on her face. I don't know. They're gonna mess it up. Correct. Brandon Lee is the Crow, and it was one hell of a final role too. Yep, totally agree. All right. Well, I'm gonna end this stream, and I've enjoyed the conversation, and I'll look into that, and I'll definitely make a video about that. It's one of my favorite movies. Funny enough, I don't think I own it. Thanks, Lacey. And thank you, Sandra. You guys have a good night. And we'll talk to you later.